In this video, I'm gonna cover everything you need to know about lookalike audiences. Let's go.
I work hard every motherfucking
What's up guys, I'm the King, and in this video I'm actually going to go into my own ads manager and show you guys how to create lookalike audiences, what they are, and how to use them to scale. But before I jump into all that, as you guys know, I give away one free call every video, and the winner of this one is Omar Banat. I hope I pronounced that right, I have no idea. But Omar, all you have to do is go to one of the links in the description. It's going to be my Instagram. Just send me a DM, I'll look at your store, look at your ads, help you find products, everything. So just do that and we'll go from there. And if you want to win a call next video, all you have to do is first subscribe, I will be checking that, and two, go to the comment section below and comment "The King is here." Of course, I post every Monday and Thursday, so you do that and you might be the winner for next video. And last thing, I want you guys to know that I'm doing a one-of-one live stream. It's going to be at least an hour of just live Q&A with you guys, and I'm doing that in the free Facebook group. I'm doing that this weekend, so go to the first link in the description. Like I said, join the Facebook group and tune in for that. Of course, the times and the details about that are going to be in the Facebook group, so I guess you got to join to find out. But anyways, let's go to this PowerPoint. I'm going to talk to you guys more about what lookalike audiences are, and then I'm going to go to my own ad account and show you guys how to create them and how to scale with lookalikes. Let's go. So you hear me as well as other YouTubers talk a lot about lookalike audiences, but what are they exactly? And to make it simple, it's basically a huge audience that Facebook specifies that looks just like a certain group of people. And that certain group of people is called a custom audience. So basically you create a custom audience of people that viewed a percentage of your video, right? And let's say that's 1,000 people. So 1,000 people viewed your video, that's a custom audience. And then you create a lookalike audience based off of that. And so Facebook is gonna find millions of people that look like those 1,000 people that viewed your video, and that's the lookalike right there. Hopefully that made sense, but basically you make a custom audience of someone who's done a certain action, and then you create a lookalike audience off of that, and then you use that in your ad sets to scale. Of course, I'll go further in depth on this whenever I'm actually creating custom audiences and creating the lookalikes, and so I'll show you guys in a second. So basically, a lookalike is just people that looks very similar to people that have already taken an action on your website, which that leads me into the types of lookalikes, okay? So the types, there are plenty of types and plenty of different ways to scale with them, but these are the most used. So the most used among myself as well as other YouTubers are these right here. So of course, video views is one of the most used ones. It's one of the most powerful ones because it's one that you'll have the most data for. Of course, purchase, that's the one that you're gonna hear a lot about. It's the most powerful if you have a lot of purchase data, of course. Your video views, ad engagers, website visitors, people have added a cart, initiate checkout, add payment info, purchase, and honestly, there are so many more to this, but these are the ones you wanna stick to in the beginning, and these are just the most used ones. And so when exactly do you start using lookalikes, right? And there's really no specific time to start doing them really, unless you simply run out of cold interest to target, or you're just ready to scale to the next level, assuming you have enough data, of course. And one thing that I don't hear a lot of people talk about is that if you've tested a product in the past in a certain niche, like the beauty niche, for example, you could use that data to test another beauty product. And that's just one thing I don't hear a lot of people talk about, is that you can use previous lookalike data to test something similar, right? And one little note that I have here is that you just want to create a lookalike every 3 to 4 days. You don't want to create lookalikes every single day. How I do it is I just create the first 10% for a lookalike, and then I let those run for 2 to 3 days. And then after that, I'll jump into a next set of lookalikes. So if I do video views today, then in 3 to 4 days from now, I'll do view content. Then 3 to 4 days from then, I'll do add to cart, and then just so forth. So that's kind of when you should start them. So which one should you start with, right? And like I always say, whichever one has the most data. For most of you that use videos, it's gonna be the video view lookalike. I always start with 50% video view because you're gonna have so much more data from that. Like I say, the more data you have, the better the audience will be. So it would be much smarter and much better to start with a video view lookalike when you have 100,000 video views, rather than starting with a purchase lookalike when you only have 100 purchases. So moral of the story, if you have a video that you're using for your ad, you always want to start with the video view lookalike. And if you have a picture that you're running, then you want to start with the website visitors lookalike. Now that's basically an overview of what lookalikes are, when you should use them, and etc. And so let's jump into my ad account. I'm going to show you guys how to set up custom audiences, how to start lookalikes, and let's just do it. And whoa, as you guys know, I give a winning product away every single video. So this one is a makeup brush set. Check this out. It's got 7,000 orders. Like I say, my sweet spot is around 5,000 to 10,000 orders, and this one has 7,000, okay? It's got 4.9 stars and over 200 votes, which is really solid. It's a really good price point. Typically, makeup brushes go for $20, $30, $40, $60 even, depending on the brand. And these are also just really sleek and aesthetic, right? So I definitely think these could sell very well. And it's not just a hunch either. I've actually pulled these up in the dropshipping charts, And as you can see, these are selling at least 300 units every single day. Look, 387, 367, 365, 400, 350, 391 yesterday. Like, these are popping off, okay? So definitely go out there and test this, guys. I'm 100% sure that one of you will make this a banger product and make a lot of money with it. So let me know how it goes, and let's get on with the rest of the content. And one thing I wanted to actually mention before I started doing these lookalikes and custom audiences is that whenever you do your lookalikes, a lot of people ask, you know, should I do one countries or multiple countries, or like, how should I do it? And what I would suggest you do is basically different for everyone. If you notice that all of your sales are coming from like one country, let's say you have 100 sales, right? And 95 of them are from United States, and then you just have like 5 other countries with 1 sale. Well, then of course you want to start your lookalikes in just the United States, right? Now, if you have 100 sales and you have 20 from like 4 or 5 countries, then you want to use those 4 countries. So basically you just kind of want to look at your data and see what it tells you, right? But for most of you, you're going to have most of your purchases from the United States. That's typically how it goes. There is no right or wrong answer to this. It's just a matter of doing what your data tells you to do. And of course, you want to scale and test your lookalikes the same way you would cold interest. So if you're using my $5 a day budget strategy, you want to start your lookalikes at $5 a day. And then if it works really well, you know, you have multiple sales at a 2 or 3 plus ROAS, you want to duplicate and double the budget and just go from there. So treat cold interest the same way you would lookalikes, and lookalikes the same way you treat cold interest. So here we are. I'm in an ad account that I've never used before, and so this is exactly what it's going to look like for you whenever you start creating your first custom audiences and lookalikes. So how you get here is you want to go up here to your asset library, right, and click this, and then all tools. And it's gonna bring you right here. Of course, this is an ad account that I've never used before, so it's fresh. This is exactly what yours is gonna look like if you've never created custom audiences or lookalikes or anything like that. So this is perfect. Like I said, you have to first have a custom audience and then create a lookalike audience off of that. So let's create a custom audience really quickly. So like I say, if you have a video, the first one you wanna start with is a video view lookalike. And so let's first create a video view custom audience. And to do that, you wanna go to engagement right here. And then at the very top right here, you're gonna have video. You just wanna click the video one. And then right here is where you're gonna choose the content. So we're gonna hit browse really quickly. And then here's where you can choose the options like 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25%, blah, 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 blah. I always start with 50% video views. So let's click 50% and then we'll click choose videos. So I'm just going to use this video right here. It has over 200,000 views. So we're just going to click there and then scroll right down here and hit confirm. And then here we'll do in the past 365 days. Why not? And then we'll name the audience 50% VV 365. Perfect. And then we'll hit create audience. And then so here we are, the 50% video view custom audience has been created. Of course, it's gonna say below 1,000 people for a while. It may take multiple hours or even a day because it's just populating, but you can go ahead and use this to create a lookalike, and the lookalike will populate on its own. So now that we've created a video view custom audience, let's create the lookalike. So go right here to create audience and then do lookalike audience. Here's where it gets really fun, right? So in source, this is where you put the custom audience. Percent video view 365, perfect. So that is the audience that is going to create the lookalike from. So location, like I said, you're going to want to do the country that has the most sales for you. And if you have multiple countries around the same amount of sales, like, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries with 20 or 30 sales, then you want to use all of those countries, right? And we'll just use United States, considering that's the one you'll have the most sales from typically. So we'll just type in United States. United States. Okay, there we go. We'll click that. And then like I say, I do all 10%. So let's click show advanced options right here really quickly. And then right here on this number, let's just click 5. And so we'll do 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So we need to move these segments just so it does 1% at a time. So now you can see that it's 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, blah, blah, blah. And each one is a size of 2.1 million people. If it's in the United States, it's always gonna be 2.1 million people. So that's perfect. That's 5%. And of course, we're gonna do the next 5 here in a second. So let's do that. We'll hit create audience. So we just created the first 5 here. And before I throw these into my ad sets and show you guys how to actually use them, let's create the next 5. Okay, create audience again, and then lookalike audience. And then of course, we're gonna do the 50% video view custom audience here. And then location, we're gonna do United States. United States. And like I said, you wanna click show advanced options and then click 5 right here. And then we're gonna move all the sliders down here. So we'll just move these just like this. This is pretty tedious, but oh well. So now we have 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, and to 10. So each one is 2.1 million. And so let's create the audiences. So video views is probably one of the easiest ones to create. So I'm gonna show you guys one that's a little more difficult to create, and then I'm gonna throw them into my ad set so you guys see how it's done. So let's go to create audience right up here, and we'll do custom audience again, because it's a new custom audience, right? Okay, so this time we're gonna go to website traffic. Before we went to engagement and then ended video, but this time we're gonna go to website traffic. And really quickly, right here where it says any, you wanna do all of them. You wanna do all. And then here is where the fun begins. You click here and you can do all website visitors or visitors by time spent, people who have viewed content, people who have added to cart, people who have purchased, blah, 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 right? And so let's just do the purchase one, why not? And so how you wanna do this is you wanna do people who have purchased in the past 180 days. That's the maximum you can do, so let's do the maximum. But this is gonna create an audience of people who have purchased any product on your store in the past 180 days, right? So you wanna specify it by a specific product. So this is where you have to narrow it down. So you wanna click further narrow, and then right here in the drop down, you wanna do people who have visited a specific web page, okay? And of course, you wanna do it in the past 180 days right here. And then this is where you put your store URL to the specific product. And so I'll just pull up a store right here. And so what you wanna do is this is the product page. And so you wanna copy the URL to the product page. And of course, it has to be your store to do it. And then you go back and then you enter in the URL right here. So now what we've got people who have purchased in the past 180 days and people who have visited this web page, this product page in the past 180 days. So this is gonna be a group of people who have purchased this specific product. So right down here, we're gonna name the audience. Let's just do purchase in the past 180 days. Purchases, salad bowl, 180 days. So like I said, we just created the custom audience and now we're gonna create the lookalike off of that. So let's go to create audience again and then lookalike. Of course, we're gonna source right here and then we find our custom audience. So the purchases salad bowl, 180 days, of course. Here in the countries, we're gonna do United States only just because typically that's where most of your sales are gonna come from, right? But like I said, you wanna look at your own data and see what it shows you. But United States is what we'll use. So United States, boom. And like I said, you wanna create all 10%, but you can't create all 10% at one time. So let's just do 5 at once. So show advanced options and then 5. And then we'll do 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, blah, 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 blah. Boom, and then create audience. And so we just created the first 5% for the salad bowl cutter, but I'm not gonna show you guys the next 5 just because you already know how to do it. So let's throw these into my ad sets and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So of course, to get to the ads manager, you wanna go to asset library right here and then click ads manager. And then right up here, we'll go to create. And so most of this we're not even gonna worry about right now. And so right here, you don't have to change anything here, okay? So just in the custom audience section right here, this is where you wanna put your lookalike, okay? So we'll just do 50% video view lookalike, but for 1%, right? So we'll just click right here and then it'll give us a list of our audiences right here. So let's just scroll down and then right down here it says lookalike, 1%, 50% video view 365. So we'll just click that one and then we'll scroll back up to the top and name the ad set 1%, parentheses, 50% VV, and then $5 per day. And so right here, you don't even need to put a country in here because the lookalike is already specified. You leave the age range and the gender broad because like I said, the lookalike already has people in there, so you don't need to specify this. Of course, you wanna uncheck the expand interest box, but everything else you just leave exactly like this. And of course, down here on the placements, you always wanna do Facebook feed and Instagram feed just like you would on a regular ad set. Of course, $5 a day and 7-day click, 1-day view. But moral of the story, it's very plain and simple. You just put the lookalike in here, leave everything else broad, and you're good to go. So boom, I just showed you guys what a custom audience is, what a lookalike audience is, how to create a custom audience, how to create a lookalike audience, blah, 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 how to use all of these things, and you can use this to scale to the freaking moon, okay? Lookalike audiences are often gonna be some of your best audiences just because they're very specific audiences. So don't neglect these. Lookalikes are super important. You're definitely gonna be able to make a lot of money with these, especially when scaling. But anyways, guys, that's all for me on lookalikes and custom audiences. You guys have to go tune in to the live stream on the Facebook group. Go to the first link in the description. It's gonna be the Facebook group. Join it, join the live stream. The details are gonna be in there, but I look forward to seeing you guys. You can ask any question you want. It's gonna be awesome. For those of you that don't know, I do offer one-on-one consulting, so I can look over your store, look at your ads, see where you're going wrong, and basically look at everything you're doing and give you advice to help you cut the learning curve and stop losing money, right? So a link to do that is gonna be one of the links in the description down below. So just check all that stuff out. And anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. The King is out.